How's it going, everybody? C Daddy Gaming here. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a tour of my Cult of the Mothman themed camp. First, I'm going to show you a little cinematic, and then I'm going to give you a full in-depth tour. If you like this video and you want to help support the channel, please consider leaving a like and maybe subscribe. Alright, let's get into the video. Alright, so I guess I'm just going to go ahead and start by showing the location on the map where I built this camp. If you open up your map, it's on the right side in the mire, just below Harper's Ferry, and a little to the left of Big B's Rest Stop. Go ahead and show a little more of the map so you can see. Alright, so you might actually know this location because there are two random encounter spawns here. One just under this red bridge here. If you don't know what random encounters are, it's just where tameable animals, mannequins, dead traveling merchants, dead trick-or-treaters, anything like that, they spawn at random encounters. So there's another one right here as well where I'm standing. This can be a suitcase, what looks like an atom bomb, but smaller that you can disarm, a sheep squatch, all kind of stuff spawns right here as well, so there's two of them. So if you ever want to farm tames, which I'll be doing another video of that later, this is a good location for that as well. If you come to the back of the camp over here, I've just got a lot of melons planted just because they give you both food and water. Got some on the other side over here as well. And then down in the back I have 4 water purifiers. This is actually 4, but you probably can't tell because they're so close together. Got my wiring coming from underground over there. I actually blocked the back off using foundations that are clipped into the bridge itself here, just so it would look more neat. Got a secret room, or a secret door that goes back. Hopefully people don't find it. Got it locked though, because I don't want anybody back here. This is just where I keep my cooking station because I don't use it, and I didn't want to place it up front because there was no room for it really. But just in case I ever want to use it, got my scrap box back here just because the theme doesn't really work well with the color of the scrap box. My smoke machine, obviously I needed that to break up the large amount of orange in the back. The black really kind of helps it break it up a bit. Got a powered vending machine here just because the vending machines inside, if I power those, then it's really bright, and again it just messes up the theme and the lighting of the place. So I got one back here powered with some stuff in it just so people can come over here, and then the actual stuff is for sale up front. Now that we've shown off the back, we'll go ahead and get into the real meat of the camp, which is around front, if I can get to it. So got a bunch of carrots here as well, just because I didn't have melons before, and these don't really stick out too much. You can pass right by them without noticing. So here's the front. This is the entrance of the camp. I did tame a Mirelurk King. I had a Deathclaw here before, but I felt like the Mirelurk King just kind of fit the area better. On the front, right above the door, this is actually the Mothman effigy, but I ended up using the deer skull, a torch, and a Greek letter. It's not the Omega, but the other one. It's just an O, to cover up the owl head, because I just thought it looked too silly. It didn't look serious enough, and it's supposed to be kind of a serious cult-themed camp, you know. I also used torches to make almost like a star, because I know that's like some evil devil stuff or something, or supposedly. I see a lot of that on like YouTube. Got I built the 2 giant effigies on the side just because I don't know. I feel like it adds a lot to it. Just feels like it adds a lot to the, I don't know, just the vibe. If you're wondering why I have my camp item down here, it's because your tames actually go off of the placement of your camp item, and so the only way I could get him to guard the door was to actually place this as far in front of the door as possible, because tames don't like to walk in water either. Anyways, I'm just gonna look around a little bit, show you a little more of the entrance, and then we'll head inside. Oh, I did use bone chimes to kind of liven it up a little bit here, because it looked a little empty in these spaces here. Unfortunately, players can disarm those, which, you know, kind of stinks when it happens, but it is what it is. Oh, also, a lot of other people build here, I've seen on YouTube, but they kind of cut out a lot of the inside because they can't place walls here. So I actually used defensive walls to keep the front straight, because a lot of people instead, they miss out on this whole area here because they just cut it off with walls on the inside. So let's go ahead and go inside. This is the area I'm talking about. They would have lost all of that because they would build a kind of a box in here on both sides. But I just used the defensive walls, and I think it looks all right. Got two more of the custom effigies in here. I've got my weapons and armor bench over here with a raider. I believe, yeah, that's the raider vending machine there. I put a toolbox in it just because, I don't know, I thought it looked good. I used a mat to get that to fit in here. If you're ever having trouble placing something, just try to use a mat. That's pretty much the golden rule of building. Use mats to put things where you want. On the other side over here, I have my chemistry bench and my tinker's workbench with another one of the raider vending machines. The only thing is, the only stash box I have in here is this locker, but that's just because I wanted the place to feel, I guess, all one theme, you know. Then, of course, I'm sure you saw it in the intro. We have our altar here. Got all of our chairs, which I guess that was supposed to be kind of some kind of cult council, you know, just watching you walk down to the altar. I don't know. I just thought it looked cool. Back here we have the three different types of skulls on both sides in the display cases. We have skulls, upper skulls, and then capless skulls. You probably can't really tell, but the top skulls are missing their dome piece, I guess. I turned the walls back there into windows, and that thing back there on the right that's stuck against the wall, it kind of looks like a drawing of a skeleton. That's actually the back of a Mothman effigy. I noticed the art on it and wanted to try to use it somehow. I don't understand why they had that there when there's no way to see it usually. Oh, I got myself stuck. Gonna have to use the chair to get out. Yeah, you can get stuck on the fireplaces in here, but you're not really supposed to go back there anyways. I'm sure what most people were wondering about when they clicked on this video was this thing. This was actually, I took a lot of different mounted head plans and just combined them to create this. The bottom is a honey beast for the legs. I'm sure you can see the head down there. The mouth is just a what is it called? Mutant hound head. And then the body is the Mothman. The two yellow things inside the eyes are actually colored light bulbs, but I don't have them powered. I do have power connected to them, but I keep them off because it's just too much color. It kind of ruins the vibe. On the sides, you see the antlers coming out from the back. That was supposed to look like maybe roots or branches, but that's just 6 sets of antlers. And then I put a torch down in the middle to have the flame in its mouth, because when you're walking up, I just think that looks really cool. Obviously, the smoke machine you saw is in the back. I had to place that a certain distance back so that it wouldn't flood all the way in and just kind of look too thin by the effigy. I just felt it looked better back there like that. Obviously, I'm using a mix of the Raider pieces and the Cultist pieces from the camp bundles here in the back as well to line the walls. And this is just the punch bowl, but I put it on top of one of the end tables. It's just called end table, but it's like a wicker type thing. It's made out of maybe the same thing as a wicker basket. And then I put deer skulls all around the edges of it just to give it that kind of like extra, I don't know, dead, culty, I don't know, bone raider vibe. I just thought that the altar needed to be something a little extra, you know what I mean? The floors is actually, it's called the orange shag carpet, but it looked more red to me, and I just felt like a red carpet leading up to the altar would be really cool. The floors on the sides, though, are just the dark wood laminate. I also, so to place antlers behind these, if you want to replicate this, to place antlers behind these chairs, you actually have to take the wall outside or to a different location, put the antlers where you want, then put the chair as close as you can to the edge of the floor, and then move the wall back, because you can't actually place the antlers behind the chairs. It won't let you do it. You have to place them on the wall and then put the wall behind the chairs. It was a process. I used the fireflies just because the Wise Mothman event, I forget what it's called, Enlightenment, you have to collect bioluminescent fluid to attract the Mothman, and I just thought maybe the council or the followers, something to do with the fact that the Mothman seems to like fireflies or something, and those are like, I don't know, something. But I guess that's pretty much the whole camp.